our humble obeisance to the one we revere, our deep obeisance to the one we revere. We watch the divine procession through our eyelids. After getting acquainted with the concepts of Abōdh and Ajñān Samajh, in this video we'll just get a faint idea of Jñān Samajh. Jnān is a matter of inner experience. If it is articulated by means of words, then it becomes Ajñān. Therefore, here an attempt is made only to provide a glimpse of Jnān in the context of Abōdh and Ajñān Samajh. We saw that in the Abōdh level of awareness or Samajh, one is nurtured with caring love or Vatsalya as a word or Palya. While being nurtured, the quality of humility or Vinay emerges and one is said to have progressed to the next level of awareness called Ajñān. In a family, often children are at the Abōdh level of awareness or Samajh. In the Ajñān level of awareness, one acquires know-how to solve problems related to living. A person in this stage nurtures those in Abōdh state with caring love and supports those in Jnān or wisdom stage with humility. In a family, often adults are in the Ajñān level of awareness. The activity or pravrutti that one carries out to conduct life is called prayas or effort. While running life, one gathers adequate possessions to sustain living. Then life runs mostly on its own. When life runs in autopilot mode, then the person's prarabdha is said to be awakened. After the awakening of prarabdha, if one continues to be largely engaged in activities concerning life-related problems, then such activities are called pramad, which ultimately results in disease and consequently alas or having to spend the rest of the life in a state of laziness. After the awakening of prarabdha, if one engages in sadhana to solve problems related to jiva, meaning that they devote time and energy to self-actualization, then such a person is said to be in Puruṣārtha. In Puruṣārtha, one is said to have progressed into the Jnān or wisdom level of awareness. In a family, often the seniors are in this stage of awareness. Bear in mind though, that not every elderly person may necessarily reach this level of awareness. Sometimes even young ones are seen to have reached the Jnān level of awareness, while the elderly remain in the Abōdh level for a lifetime. What could be some of the characteristics of Jnān or wisdom level of awareness? In the Abōdh state, the prevailing attitude was to grab everything seen and received, the attitude of everything belongs to me. In the Ajñān state, the attitude was that of sharing. Some belongs to me and some belongs to you too. In the Jnān level of awareness, the attitude is that of not possessing. Everything belongs to you. And even further, for some it develops into a total surrender. I also belong to you. The Ajñān state has predominance of activities or pravrutti. The Jnān state is indicative of retirement or nivrutti. But this retirement is not mere passivity. It is more of a fully aware state of relinquishing control over activities related to material possessions. In the Ajñān state, there is activity or pravrutti with humility of what is worth doing to sustain life. In the Jnān state, there is discretion or Vivek about what not to do. In other words, the Jnān state leads to retirement from activities related to material acquisitions. In the Jnān level of awareness, there is a quest for self-actualization. One typically carries out sadhana in a gurukul under the guidance of a sapeksh guru. In the Jnān stage, there is awareness of the awareness of awareness. Therefore, one has knowledge of both self or jiva related as well as life or jivan related problems. In the Jnān stage, one shares their experiences only on a need basis and limits such sharing to giving only brief suggestions. If one starts meddling in the life of others beyond providing just a direction with some suggestions, then the capacity of discretion reduces. One loses Vivek. In the Jnān stage, the inner conviction is that of every being is just like myself and I see them as such. There is respect for all beings, living as well as non-living. In the Abōdh stage, one is nurtured as a ward or palya in family. In the Ajñān stage, one becomes a nurturer, a caretaker, guardian or palak of the whole family from children to the elderly. In the Jnān stage, one becomes a super guardian or palanhar in the family, a guide for all. For the Abōdh to grow into the Ajñān stage of awareness, the only way is that of receiving caring love or vatsalya. In the Ajñān stage, there is humility or vinay. However, because of the predominance of life-sustaining activities, the level of discretion or vivek has not developed. In the Jnān state, one has discretion or vivek with predominance of jiv or the self. Ajñān is the threshold between Abōdh and Jnān. These stages of awareness or samajh are sequential. One cannot directly jump to the Jnān level without passing through the Ajñān level. A person with Jnān level of awareness would not directly talk about wisdom with a person with Abōdh level of awareness. They behave in a playful manner, just like the grandparents in a family treat their grandchildren. In the Jnān level of awareness, one can experience stages called nivrutti or retirement from ownership of material possessions, prashamrati, an intermediate blissful state, and virati, a state of renunciation. In the Jnān stage, there is neither attachment nor aversion. Therefore, such a person's attachments sublimate into renunciation. This results in prashamrati and further into virati. In the Jnān state, one is immersed in a transcendental relationship or astha. Such a person can easily sacrifice a lot of material aspects for the purpose of the transcendental relationship. Sacrificing a transcendental relationship to gain some material things is akin to using diamonds as rocks to scare crows. This is like wasting a perfectly good wearable cloth by tearing it into pieces to make napkins. The Jnān level of awareness is a deep inner experience that is beyond words. No person who has reached Jnān level loudly proclaims their accomplishment. A wise person is engrossed in the being which cannot be described by means of words and intellect. Here, we have only given a glimpse of what the Jnān level could be after progressing from the Abōdh and Ajñān levels. It is the individual inner experience of every sadhak. If a wise person tries to communicate their inner experiences, they can merely provide some snippets, but cannot expose it beyond a certain limit. After all, there is a limit to the capacity of expression of our yoga, beyond which there is only the inner experience transcending yoga, with humble submission to the divine nature God.